ガス貝ガラスをつけさせていただきます。
ガス貝。
伯爵の子じゃねえか。
I hate that fucking mask.
演技が
What's that fucking Elden Ring sword?
ありとしての最初の仕事である。最初の仕事。
What's going on, guys? Welcome to Tasty Flicks. My name's Seth. This is Chevy, and we just watched episode 5 of Demon Slayer. Quick synopsis of what happened, at least from what I saw. It seems as though Tanjiro has graduated his trial. He defeated the demon that we saw in episode 4 that he was fighting. We got some vague backstory, some humanization of the demon, where they're coming from a little bit, and a little bit of their past, running into Mr. Urokodaki. Then we see essentially not quite the ceremony, but I guess it's a ceremony. They all meet up with the two twins. I don't know their names or anything like that, but they're really creepy. It seems like 4 people made it, which is kind of depressing to think about the amount of people who didn't make it, in which they all receive a crow, and one guy did not. They all
got a sparrow.
They all got a bird partner, which is very interesting, and they get to pick an ore that will be used to make their swords for essentially completing this trial. We also got some closure with Momoko and Saburo, and the other kids who all attempted the same thing Tanjiro did. They were able to essentially get closure in the afterlife and move on, it seems. Maybe we'll see them again later. Maybe they're at peace, and hopefully that is what's going on there. Tanjiro makes his way back to Nezuko and Urokodaki. They have a moment together as, given the past of Urokodaki's prior trainees under him, it's safe to assume for him that Tanjiro wasn't coming back. He did, so that was a good thing for everybody. And we found out, or by we I mean me, that Nezuko is sleeping because it is an alternative to regain energy as opposed to devouring flesh. So that's an interesting point. And then lastly, Tanjiro receives his sword from Amazon Prime. Took him 15 days. And a dude with a fucking wild mask showed up, uninterested in anything Tanjiro had to say to him, to reveal a pretty dope looking sword that apparently changes color based off of the person holding it. And once Tanjiro holds the sword, it turned to a very cool looking black, which I guess is not that common, but is disappointing to the dude with the wild fucking mask, because he was hoping it would be the blood sword from Elden Ring. As everybody would hope it would be that, because that's what everybody uses in Elden Ring, including myself. Yeah, so I'll just hop in real quick with my impressions. I have a feeling that every episode, as you guys go along with us on this, and if you don't, every time we talk about this, I'm going to say the same thing. So I'll try and think of different ways to say it. I liked this episode. I thought it was a good episode. I liked the closure with the demon. I do like, not too surprising, I guess, with anime, but trying to humanize the enemy. I always think is a good thing. I mean, the guy's a piece of shit. He's done horrible things, but it allows you to understand the villain in a way that makes it have some weight to it. So I appreciated that.
Human.
Yeah.
So.
Also, I didn't really say in the synopsis too much, but Tanjiro is, trying to solve the puzzle of how to get Nezuko to not be a demon anymore by asking demons how they turn back into humans, and they're not humans, and he kills them. So I don't think this is going to be an easy thing to figure out, which if it was, I think there'd be less of an anime to watch possibly. So, you got to keep that mystery alive. But yeah, this episode actually had a lot going on in it. Surprisingly, for like the 5 minutes it went on for, it felt like it went by really fucking quick. We saw the 4 people who made it, some conflict that happened between him and one dude who just really wanted his fucking sword. And I don't blame him because I also really want one of those swords. They get fucking bird partners. It's like fucking Turner and Hooch. Like they get a fucking animal partner. That's sick.
Effectively cell phones.
Yeah. Because at the end, it just showed the bird just yelling at him about where he needs to go on his first mission.
Yeah.
Which
like
was
the moment he touched his sword.
Yeah, which is interesting. Kind of give us a little bit of a clue as to where things are going to go for at least a couple episodes, I assume, before some new catalyst begins. And yeah, it was a cool episode. I liked I just liked the amount of progress we've made in the story in one episode. It's kind of crazy. The show is going at a really fast pace in terms of moving us along a story. It's not spending a lot of time sitting in one spot, which is I feel like could be difficult for some other shows, but the show I think is handling it really well.
Yep, quick pacing can definitely be difficult.
Well,
Really easy to
it
screw up.
cannot feel satisfying if I'm not sitting with these characters and getting to know them, to care about them. But even when they're all hugging and shit, I felt a little bit from that.
Well, they do a lot in flashbacks too, so you get like snippets of characters as the series goes on, and so they don't have to spend as much time doing it in the beginning because they're just going to slowly feed it to you throughout the shows. Which I have noticed, especially in a lot of shonens, they do that. So
yeah, they're doing a good job at it. So what else? This actually, it's kind of nice too because the last 2 episodes were kind of heavy. It ends with a lot of humor, more than I was expecting. I kind of forgot there'd be humor in this show because the last couple episodes have been dealing with a lot of death and
children
and reluctantly succeeding, but doesn't really feel like too much of a win considering he's barely tiptoeing back to his house because he's all fucked up. So the humor was appreciated for sure, with the guy with the crazy fucking mask.
clown mask.
That I guess. And yeah, what else? I'm really wanting to know what happens next because we got kind of set up for now he's on call and he's going to be going around doing these demon slayer things. I'd like to see, is this sword just the sword or is it going to do something? They said something about it absorbs sunlight or something like that. I don't know if that's just them talking it up or if that's a thing.
That's because I don't know if they clarify it, but it is a literal thing because the demons can't be in the sun.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's probably better for slicing them up.
It's the only sword that will cause actual damage.
Yeah.
Because if remember in the beginning we tried killing the one with the hatchet. It did nothing. Yeah.
Yep. All right. There was one other thing. Oh, there was a part in the episode where the guy said that 5 people survived.
Yeah, that was confusing. I don't
Because
remember.
we only saw 4.
It's been a long time
So
since I've
I'm
seen this. So.
wondering if a 5th is somewhere
I'm also curious.
or not. Also, the scene with the dude grabbing the chick by the hair, that was fucking wild because she's like didn't care at all. But Tanjiro obviously was like, that's not cool. So warned he would break the dude's arm and then gave a little squeeze. And the guy was like, all right, I don't want to continue that too far.
If the show hasn't emphasized it enough, Tanjiro is nothing but a ball of being compassionate towards everything. So
Yeah. And overall good episode. Good closure on the minor arc I've seen so far in 4 episodes. I'm excited to see what happens next now that he has a new objective and a new mission to take on. You've obviously seen all the episodes we're watching right now. What are your thoughts on the episode, possibly?
So I actually really like when we get episodes like this in not just in anime, but in just media in general. It's nice to not have every episode just be like action. Like it's good to have like those moments of like in between time. And in doing so in this episode as well, they do a really good job of also like giving you some tidbits of lore of how like Demon Slayer's function and like how hard it was for him. Like you said, he's exhausted. Like he didn't get a break. They gave him, he picked his order and they sent him out. Like, go home. Like that's pretty much it. Like, and so
as a dude who's healing from a pinched nerve right now, and I go to work and I come home and I'm just fucking tired, stiff, and feeling like shit, I just really felt it. I mean, I haven't been fighting demons all night
for a week.
Yeah, but
because they had to last X amount of days.
Yeah. And it's been a little bit of time since we watched those 4 episodes, but I remember most of it, which is a good thing, because if I didn't like it, I wouldn't have remembered it. But yeah, when I saw him like walking slowly, I'm like, dude, I feel like that right now, dude. So
yeah. I don't have a lot more to say on the episode. I just more of a preface it of like knowing where the show's going to go now, because I think we're done with the effectively what I would call like the introduction to the show.
Yeah.
So we can start getting into like more of the meat of it, which will be fun. So.
Very cool. All right, well, we're on to a good start with the first 5 episodes. Hopefully it doesn't fall off a fucking cliff right after this. I'm sure it won't. I've heard great things about this series so far. So let us know in the comments what you guys think of episode 5 of Demon Slayer, and join us for episode 6, which will be coming up very soon. We're going to be reviewing that and reviewing every episode. It's a big task, but we're going to do it. I told myself I was going to do it. I'm going to do it, so we're going to do it. So, yeah, I've been Seth. This has been Chevy. Until the next episode, see you later.